Hello there, and yes, it's Matthew Miller here. Welcome to the Eco Living Podcast, and we all want a good, healthy, clean home, but we also want freedom as well. Yes, we all don't we, so we can survive and build great things for humanity, and of course, do you know what the elites are scared of? Matthew's whiteness. That's what they're scared of, and his intellect as well. What elites are scared of? Matthew's intellect. Yeah, well, on this podcast, we're going to be talking about the contact tracing, but it has nothing to do with COVID-19, but it has something to do with climate change. Yeah. Reason one, why they want us to be tracking about climate change, which we're about to get us into place. Why it's called the climate tracing. Why it's called contact tracing, climate tracing. Well, any further ado, let's just get to it. Yes. Let's just get to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end game comes into view.
Yeah, this one's from the Ice Age farmer there, and he's talking about the climate lockdown, and which we'll be about to be getting to that too. So let's just see what he's got to say. And I'm going to cover through each part in the first 3 minutes what he's saying, so let's just get to it.
As calls to extend the lockdowns for COVID-19 in perpetuity now, because after all, it's good for the environment. It all makes sense now in terms of why we have the deployment of the police state in this pandemic 2020, the perfect data awareness of contact tracing, and these lockdowns all are being normalized. They are getting people...
Yet the new normal. And it has been mentioned in the Rosa Corey's Behind the Green Mask Agenda 21. It's been mentioned about the new normal.
Acclimated to the complete police state that is needed for this kind of a climate lockdown. So let's talk about this, because I think it's hugely informative as to their intentions and why this completely irrational response has been going on for some time now. I'm Christian, and this is the Ice Age Farmer broadcast.
It feels like Europe has come to a standstill. Streets normally filled with vehicles are empty as countries effectively shut down. Surely this has to be good for the environment. And there could possibly be another benefit of today's lower air pollution, as there's a chance COVID-19 may be transported on particles of pollution.
And we've already seen the appropriation of the contact tracing ideas that were pushed out in COVID-19 and applied now to carbon emissions and cow farts, right?
Yeah, there we go. The climate, see, it says carbon tractor climate trace. And yes, I have written an article about it. Yet, let's just go through the first paragraph what we can read. 9 non-profit tech companies and former US Vice President Al Gore announced climate trace coalition to build upon the unprecedented technical breakthrough to actively identify measures and trace all significant human cause of GHG emissions. Yeah, it's sort of like pretty much like a social credit system. And yes, we got New Zealand banks are sort of like trying to get out those climate tracing apps, and I am about to show you that because I have read an article about the climate tracing app. And there was like about 2 months ago. Let's go there, and this is our government. Banks in New Zealand, climate tracing. And there we go. The banks in New Zealand are now tracking your action on climate change. According from the Westpac, New Zealand, your spending will be tracked from your app. It's supposed to be say you on you, but it's your it's just I need to correct my spelling mistake. So, how your spending affect your impact on climate change. Just simply written, and let's go what it says on Westpac there. Let's go there. Finance and Sustainable Tracking Congo now found that when 1,000 consumer has carbon tracking information on businesses at their fingertips, almost half opted to spend money with eco-friendly companies. Wow, people, wow. And of course. And the ability to track each person's carbon footprint in real time is being rolled out with the New Zealand version of Congo with Westpac's support. Wow, people. With Westpac's support. Wow, and of course, let's go to the Congo website. There it is there. It says NC Congo Co. Our Impact. Let's go to the main page. Yeah, it says Ethanol living made easy. Wow. Join over 20,000 Kiwis that already made a difference. Yeah, to put us into Agenda 21 and to have to act with the social credit system. Has nothing to do with the environment, people. Has nothing to do with COVID-19. Has nothing to do with saving the planet. Let's see what they got to say.
You're the sort of person that's making choices that change the world. You care about climate change, animal welfare, giving back to your community, and going plastic free. You want to put your money where your mouth is, but it's not always easy to make sustainable choices. How can you ensure every dollar goes towards something you believe in? Kogo is a platform that connects you with businesses that share your values, so that together you can shape the world you want. It's free to sign up. Just select your values, link your payment cards, and find businesses nearby that are taking positive action on issues that matter to you. Track your good spending. Every dollar sent.
It says track your good spending. Let's go back a bit.
Every dollar sends businesses a powerful message of what you care about. The impact of your good spending can then be seen in the positive changes businesses are making on both the individual and collective scale.
Collective, people. Yeah, collectivism is not a bad thing unless it's being forced upon you. See, this is, and it can be a form of social credit system. They're already putting in though, and
you have the power to choose your world. Kogo, connecting people like you with businesses that care. Join the movement. Add your voice. Change the world.
Yeah, change it for Agenda 21. Yeah. Of course, it's all about. Yeah, there it is there. So it's another form of contact tracing, people, and yeah, it's all about saying, oh, are you doing all this and that though? Are those, man, people, I will not be getting one of those apps though, people, because, yeah, I wouldn't mind supporting good local businesses, but with those, it would be a form of saying, oh, are you doing your bit? Are you doing your bit? Yeah, it's all about tracking people, not falling for it. Yeah, and it's got climate trace as well. There it is there, and it's all about this. It's another form of contact tracing. And yeah, then they're gonna say, oh, we're no longer be going to be talking about COVID-19. Instead, we're going to be tracking your carbon footprint. Yeah, people. Your carbon footprint. That's what you're going to be tracking. What vehicles you drive, what food you're eating that day, and what power, how much power you're using, and how much water you're using. Smart grid technology, people, and these people are working for those people as well for getting Agenda 21 into place. It's called community-lism or something. Mentioned by Rosa Corian, the Behind the Green Mask, Agenda 21. So let's just go back to the Ice Age farmer.
So Al Gore came out and announced climate tracing. Again, just sneaking over, just going to borrow. Now that you're used to contact tracing, we're just going to take that back over here to the climate world. And we're going to deploy a network of satellites up in the sky that monitors all emissions from all over the world in real time. We can track down to a farm where there's an unauthorized cow from the methane. We can track down, name it, trace all human-caused greenhouse gas emissions to their sources. This is a perfect information awareness grid. And
exactly, smart grid technology.
it's now it's being implemented right now. Climate.
Yeah, especially in New Zealand, because with Westpac helping Congo.
Tracing. But now, again, as I said, we're hearing the words climate lockdown.
Yeah, climate lockdown, people. It's like, it's not going to be COVID-19 anymore. It's all going to be about climate change. And yeah, and they say lockdowns, the reason why lockdown emissions has dropped levels only seen on Christmas days. And yet, people, see, it's all about getting us to stop driving. That's what it's all about. Yeah, because they don't want us to be driving. Yeah, because one time we were in level 4 lockdown, the only time you could be travelling unless it's essential. But yeah, but once they're going to be going to ban cars, you can no longer drive. I don't care how essential it is, you're going to be allowed to drive. How scary will that be? Will we ever see a corona-style lockdown due to climate change? See, they want to use it as excuse to say, oh, there's been too much pollution, it's been that. Which it has nothing to do with pollution, people. It's all about getting us to be locked down so they can lock down like us, like rats or so. And this is all about Agenda 21, people. Getting us off our land into jam-packed cities. And you will never be allowed to leave those cities unless you have like a permit or something. People, this is really scary stuff. It has nothing to do with saving the planet. And yet, climate emergency means house arrest. See, we've been hearing that climate emergency since 2019 or something. If I'm wrong, do correct me on that, please. And yeah, they wanna stop us from driving. They want us into jam-packed cities. It's all about Agenda 21, people, and this is from September 29th, 2020. Oh boy, and let's move on to that. And it says that the campaign fighting for a comfortable low carbon footprint. Low carbon. How could there be low carbon? Everything, all life forms on this planet is pretty much carbon based. Trees, they're carbon. Humans aren't carbon. Animals, they're also carbon. and they're just trying to stop us from using energy. But the thing is, energy doesn't come from a vacuum. Everything requires energy. Even when we're sitting down, we're using energy. Even when we're sleeping, we're still using energy. Just not as much. While we're living, we're always using energy. And that is a fact. We're always using energy. And we're using energy to get around and that, of course. Because they want us to say, climate explain, will COVID-19 lockdown shows the effect of climate change. See, they want to tell us, say, lockdowns are a good thing because it stops climate change because there's not as much pollution. And let's just go back what Stuff was saying.
When I grew up, there were trains going everywhere. I used to take trains to Mount Ruapehu to go tramping. I used to take trains to Mount Taranaki to go tramping. So you could have a holiday that was train-based. And in the 1990s, that whole system was basically dismantled. And now we don't even have the Northern Explorer running. We have real trouble getting around New Zealand in a low-carbon way.
The low-carbon way. And why are you saying low carbon? There's low carbon around you, mate. It's low carbon and it's good to have trains back then so you can travel around without needing a car as well. And you're not saying that you should have a car or not, but you should have a choice of form of transport as well. And it's good to have less traffic as well. And yeah, because when trains gone and that though, especially in the city, you have to have a car. But like if you like places in Europe and that though, cars are like a luxury and not a necessity because it's always easy to get around and that though. And cars should always be a choice you can have, not a need, but a choice to have if you want to get around and that though. And also, of course, like in the States, you always need a car. And let's see what this later is saying.
The coronavirus epidemic across the world is having one positive impact, for now at least, a huge reduction in carbon emissions. Empty roads seen in China last month have become commonplace in Europe and elsewhere. A fall in manufacturing output is also helping, as is a big drop in air travel. But there's a warning. Climate change commitments could prove tough to stick to when things eventually get back to normal and businesses attempt to recover losses. And it won't be the first time. When the 2008 financial crisis tipped the world into recession, carbon emissions fell.
Yeah, because because of the when the economic was gone, because that's why they don't want us returning back to normal. Oh, because all the emissions and that though. They don't want us returning back to the old normal. They want us into the new normal. Just like it says on the COVID and the rosy correlate behind the green mask.
But as economies grew again, governments proved unable to halt a rebound in emissions. In 2009, global carbon emissions fell from 32 gigatons to 31.5 gigatons, according to the Global Carbon Project. But emissions soon jumped to 33.2 gigatons in 2010. Last year, emissions were at a record high of 36.8 gigatons. This year, over the month of February, Chinese CO2 emissions fell by a quarter, or an estimated 200 million tonnes, according to Finland's Centre for Research on Energy and Clean Air.
Yeah, because you can see that though, because that's the reason why they don't want us to be having vehicles or having economy going. Oh, there's so much emissions, how terrible. Well, let's just get back to what we were saying from the Ice Age farmer. Oh, there we go.
Because after all, the world has been approaching this tipping point, the fiery hothouse oblivion that Earth will be descending into if we don't use deep adaptation and just all walk away from life as we've known it. Quote, in the near future, the world may need to resort to lockdowns again, and this time because of the climate emergency.
Yeah, people, you hear that? It's just because of the climate emergency. They want to use it as a scare tactic, as an excuse to put us into lockdown again. It won't be the virus. This time it'll be about in the name of stopping climate change and saving the planet. In the name of that.
Look at the ice, the raging wildfires. It's all going on. Under a climate lockdown, governments would limit use of private vehicles. It would ban consumption of red meat.
Yeah, the ban of consumption of red meat. You hear what he's saying? And there's a lot of facts that back up his theory. That what he is saying, not theory, what he is saying. And let's just go to climate, how to get people to eat to save the planet, and yet they want us to be eating the lab crap, and they want us to be drinking the plant-based milk, which is already there as well, and they're eating. Where is it? Yeah, of course there's always like plant-based milk there. But they don't want us to be drinking cow's milk. Eating this meat has been identified the four most important changes individuals can make to their life to tackling climate change. And this is all bunch of knowledge. They want to put bushes out of businesses. Yeah, because they want to put meat plants, bushes out of businesses, cattle farming out of businesses. They want to all be out of that. They want to put all those out of businesses. They don't want to force us on vegan diet just to save that. They want us on the Agenda 21 diet. That's the thing. And that's what this lab crap's about. Plant-based protein. They want us to eat.
Plant protein is healthier than one based on animal protein.
Really?
But now a new study by the Journal of the Diet Rich in Plant
Seeds from Beyond Meat. And they want us, because the reason why they say healthy, they want us eating it. It's not because it makes us healthier. It's what they want us to be eating. Then they can cut the risk of disease and death by more. Which it is what they want us to eat. It's not the case. They want us to be eating that. Had to go full vegetarian to see the benefits. It has nothing to do with making you healthy. It's what they want us to eat and what us to. Of course, they want us to not be eating meat. Because they want to get out of our diet because they know it's healthy. And at least they're going to still be eating meat. But they don't want us to be eating it. Yeah, it's bullshit what they're all saying. It's all a bunch of crap. They want us to be eating the lab crap and the GMOs. That's what they want us to be eating.
and it would impose extreme energy-saving measures and almost certainly electrical rationing thanks to the smart grids. Yes, that's what they're really for, monitoring and rationing power, while fossil fuel companies would have to stop drilling. All of these things have been described as deep adaptations or as the Green New Deal. We've heard...
Yeah, Agenda 21, people. Here we go, and I will have a link down there below if you really want to watch the rest of it. And people, this is what they're pushing though. That's what the elites are really pushing. It has nothing to do with stopping the virus, but it has to do something to... It has something to do with getting us all into enslavement. That's what they're all pushing for. Enslavement, Agenda 21 style, to get us off our land and to jam-packed cities. That's what it's all about. And of course, the simple contracts is helping people to find a connection with each other. They want us apart. They want us apart. They want us social... And so let's see what they gotta say. Only just gonna be watching about 45 minutes of it. It's 45 seconds of it, not minutes, seconds.
There's another pressing issue.
I'm probably looking at environmental sustainability issues.
Sustainability, people. Agenda 21. He's looking for that Agenda 21.
And so that the land can continue to provide for us.
Data from TVNZ's Vote Compass tool shows climate change is a big concern for under 29s.
No, it isn't. It's all about getting us into jam-packed cities. According to from the Behind the Green Mask, Rosa Corey.
77% think New Zealand should do more to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions.
This is
That's
all
compared to
bunch of
55%
bollocks,
of over
people.
30-year-olds.
We have got more action on climate change in the past 3 years than the past 30 years combined.
They're all talk, and what their policies do is actually decimate our economy.
Exactly! Decimate our economy. Exactly. This lady seems to know what she's talking about. To undermine the economy. To stop us from having a businesses. To stop us having a life. And to get us off our land to jam-packed cities.
This is a government which talks big and delivers very small.
Our target is to be reliable on renewable energy by 2030.
Ha! Renewable energy, man. That's... Yes, should we actually go for a tourist? Of course. But unless they work. Solar, wind's not going to cut it, people. Because there are times that the wind will not blow. And there are times that the sun will not shine. And of course there's that tidal wave thing as well. But there are times that the ocean is calm.
A couple of years ago, it was unprecedented to say that we were going to build 1 billion trees.
Climate change not the only divisive...
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, let's go see what this Muppet will have. The World Economic Forum. Let's see what it's saying. They say ocean is under threat from pollution, climate change, and everything. Climate change is not an issue. Overfishing is. Pollution is. But they're not talking about what kind of pollution. Plastic pollution, people. And overfishing here, because China is fishing. It's like they're fishing the like overfishing. That's the issue. But no, you can't talk about China. Yeah. Well, let's go back. Of course, 40% of the global population depends on for food, energy, energy and tourism and trade. Of course, that's the economical thing. Is it vital to protect our sea? So find ways and ways to protecting our seas. And yeah, we're about to get to that soon. What the fella's doing, and restoring agriculture, farming seaweed, shellfish, and fish, so great jobs. But then they want us to start eating meat. Conservative climate change of seaweed absorbing more CO2 than land-based plants. What? We need carbon dioxide because plants breathe it. It's not they just breathe it because they want it. They breathe it because they need it. Lost to overfishing. It is the real issue, overfishing. The scientists say climate change and pollution could kill wishes of coral fish by 2100. Pollution is more an issue, not climate change, because you can't stop climate change. It's been going on for 4.6 billion years. So people, they want to tell us that, and they don't mention plastic about it as well. They don't mention plastic. Oh, there is plastic issues for New Zealand clean image at risk. And do you know what? Who's solving the plastic issue? We're about to get to it soon. And yes, let's get to it. And yes, from trash to treasure, the ocean cleanup material, cleaning ocean. The ocean cleanup. Let's see what this Boron shot's saying. They don't cover that. We don't get a lot of coverage from this fella there.
So this whole idea of making this cleanup circular and turning the catch into something usable and using that to actually continue the funding of the continued cleanup. Yeah, that has really been the vision since the very first day. Really the past 5-6 years as we were developing the cleanup technology. We have also been having a team here working really around the clock to work on ways to turn this material into actually something great, something that people want to have and that is actually able to then fund the cleanup.
You hear that, people? You hear what? I am going to leave a link down there below, and so you can watch what he is saying. I know it's about 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes long, but I'm not going to watch all of it. I want you to decide on that.
Currently we're trying to get a sample of 1,000 kilos of plastic from the Hawaiian shoreline. And then we have to investigate what the composition is, what the quality is, what the size ranges are. Some of this plastic has been out there for 50 years. It is very degraded by the sun, by the salt.
Recycling ocean plastic is challenging. Our recycling infrastructure is made to recycle post-consumer waste or post-industrial waste, not post-ocean.
Well, I'm going to leave it at there, people, and I'll leave a link down there below so you can watch the whole thing. So it's just going to take out more of my podcast, people, so you can see what this fella is doing, and we don't get a lot of attention from the mainstream media about Boron Shot, the ocean here, the ocean cleanup. He really been taking some big undertaking challenges, and you can see what he's been doing. And people, that is really the solution. And solution can come from anyone. And it happens to be this fella here, and he's been coming up with a plan and putting it into action. And this is the way of solving the plastic issue. And been turning it into products, recycling it, get all that crap out of the sea, all that plastic garbage that's been put in the sea, and you can see where I'm coming at. And well, now it's time that we move on to the next part. And yes, of course, Jacinda Ardern, she is committed to bringing in Agenda 2030. That's why she's bringing that health response bill. It has nothing to do with health. It's about taking people away if they don't comply with that law, what she was saying. So, I know there's a lot to say, people. I'll leave a link down below. For wondering why Jacinda Ardern had passed the COVID-19 health response bill, granting herself powers that no political leader should have, here's the clip of her selling New Zealand to the UN. And yet there's a clip there. I'm not going to watch it there. Probably already covered it. I probably had already covered it in the previous videos. Well, people, I think this is all I got to really say for now about this climate tracing. We know what it's all about. It's all about tracking our carbon footprint, what we buy, what food we eat, and what transports we drive, and how much power we use. And then here, in the name of saving the planet. That's what it's all about, and it's about us getting us into jam-packed cities in the name of saving the planet. That's what it's all about. So let's go on to, even with the solar movement upcoming, we are experiencing a century-class solar movement. Dr. Tony Phillips. Tony Phillips continued the 40 next route of the white hot pledge of emerging on over the sun, northern hemisphere, lump of the sizzling magnet arches, usually such capillary would hurt an active sunspot, but so far, however, no dark cores are visible. So people, and of course that's to know that of course the mainstream media, they like to downplay the sun, like they are doing, and they say, oh, climate change sunspots do affect the weather, but a bit, but not as much as other things. See, that's what they're doing. They're downplaying the sun. This is in order to keep the global warming agenda going, to get us to using those apps. No, the sun's not the main driver. Pay your taxes. That's what they want us to be doing. And and of course, look at the sun, it's blank, and we got a current stretch of 5 days, and almost we're getting close to 200 days, close. That might make it a third year in a row of seeing spotless days that could exceed 200 days. So let's just move back here, and the current ticking bomb, the little ice age imminent, because there's a know that we're heading into a little ice age, a solar minimum, and then we heard from the mainstream media, they never, the mainstream media never talks about it, never. Because why would they? Because it's all about keeping that global warming agenda going. And well, people, I think we're coming to the end of this video, and to know that I don't use Facebook anymore, and also I'm trying to get this D-Live going as well, trying to get that stream going as well, so I can do a stream while I'm covering, so you can watch me live one time. Unless I can get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I don't think that's going to happen for a while, so that's why I'm getting a live stream going on D-Live, so I can do a live video. So this is all I got to really say for now. This is Matthew Miller, signing off, over and out.